We are rebuilding my old man's tinny. This thing is a 4.3 meter Brooker something or other. I think it's like 15 years old. She's in a sorry state. The floor is completely rotted out. We're gonna totally do this thing over. I've got my old mate, Owen McPaul from OMP Style. His job is actually custom building and rebuilding boats.
Hey.
Hey, are you awkward on camera?
Awkward.
Just out of interest's sake, this is Owen's boat. What is this thing? Mako Craft.
Yeah, Mako Craft.
See all this? Custom hatches, everything this man has done, and I believe in the last couple of weeks it's been catching a couple of fish.
Couple of Gold Coast barra.
Couple of Goldie barras. It's going to be a bit of a process, but it's going to be good fun. The whole idea of doing this at the end, when she's finished, I haven't taken my old man fishing for a bloody long time. He taught me how to fish when I was a kid, and now he's getting a bit old, he's been a bit crook, so I want to take him on a big trip, get him some barras or something in his boat.
Big job, gonna be a fun process. Let's get into it.
We've gone and we've ordered a shitload aluminium framing, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah, so that one's 50mm by 50mm box tubing,
Yeah.
3mm thickness. That'll give us a real heavy duty working platform. Being square, I can give it 4 points of like welding,
Yeah.
strengthen it right up. And that way you don't have to worry if you got 2 or 3 of us up the front playing silly buggers.
Or
without
Arnie
fishing.
alone in the boat.
Oh, big Arnie.
Yeah.
In the boat by himself.
One thing that we have done as well, we've ordered Thermalite for the floor. A mate, he's got a boat and it's marine ply, very heavy, a little bit sluggish, and he's got the same outboard as me. Thermalite, a bit lighter. Is it stronger?
Thing with Thermalite is it'll never rot. So
Yeah.
it's a polymer foam and fiberglass composite. It's lightweight, so generally you take about 13 kilos of weight out per 12mm sheet.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot. The strength that there is incredible. So it'll never rot, never attract mold. Your floors will last forever. You'll replace the carpet at some stage, but never have to replace the floor. So for the little bit of initial outlay, the amount of weight that you take out of your boat and knowing that it's the longevity of the product you're putting in there is going to be there, a great product.
I have no idea about this kind of stuff. Obviously, that's why I've enlisted Owen's help. He probably has a master plan in his head, but I want to hear from you guys as well as the series goes on. At the end of each video, if you can leave your thoughts and what you would do if it was your boat in the comments below. Like things even like the paint job, I was considering just leaving it like this so it looks like an old dunger on the outside, but then on the inside she's mint. I don't know, what would you do? Let me know. We can turn this boat from an absolute shit heap as it is now into like a full blown stealth bomber, Gold Coast Canal, tinny rat, lunatic fish catching vessel.
We just cut the existing deck out. Now going through and cleaning up all the excess welds. I've actually got boats where work's been done previously somewhere else and they've left stuff like that in there, and to me that's, you know, you dig down for a tackle tray and you can cut yourself down to the bone on an old weld.
Yeah.
So for the sake of, you know, half hour, an hour or whatever to clean it up, we better do the job right.
Gonna go through a quick rundown of how it's eventually gonna look. What do we got? We got rear deck.
So yeah, we'll have the rear deck basically coming out to here. That'll give us plenty of storage underneath the seat here for a battery, bit of tackle storage, 2 fuel tanks because you do a lot of away trips. We'll have the drop down floor, probably come up a third of the way up the boat. Generous front deck, probably 3 or 4 storage hatches in the front, and still tossing up on whether or not we cut the front out. Cut all this out.
You can see,
and make a flat.
you can see that there's like got the arch in it and the electric brackets off as well. So we're tossing up whether we leave it like that or we flatten her out and completely cut that off and redo it. We got a lot to think about here. It's gonna be really mental. Like even that back deck's like 1 meter long. That's amazing. Remember, it's only a 4.3 meter boat, so we're gonna have heaps of room in here. And by the looks of it, the storage is going to be ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just about making optimal storage because like yourself, when you, like myself, when you go fishing, you're probably the same. You take everything with you. You don't want to be, you know.
And you don't want shit blowing out, packets of plastics blowing out on the road, all that kind of stuff. And we're going for comfy seats.
Comfy seats.
You need comfy seats. First weld about to go down. We're back on the second day of the boat building extravaganza here. Owen is fresh, ready to roll. New gas bottle for the welding. I got here a little bit late this morning, but he's been busy. You can see she's starting to take shape. Front casting deck, these support things need to be welded in.
Hopefully bang her out today, get all the floor welded up, and then we're ready to start templating the Thermalite flooring. That should arrive later on today and get into it. I reckon mid next week, complete boat.
Okay. Not bad. We're getting places, ladies and gentlemen. Big live well. That's for when you're Arnie and you put your 15 mangrove jacks, 4 barramundis and 5 cod in it, and then you sometimes forget to take 1 or 2 out. For me, I'm gonna use it for live mullet. Maybe a slimy mackerel for when I'm marlin fishing in my pinny.
Awesome beer.
The beers are gonna go in here. The frame for the front casting deck, almost finished. You can see no supports going down yet. But what I wanted to show you, and it shouldn't break with old Brooksy on it, because old barge ass over here was just sitting on it. Look at that. We're strong, man.
Yeah, she's solid.
Very solid. Have a go of it. Soon. I'm getting blisters already on my baby soft hands. Look at it. Day 3. We've had a bit going on. Owen's just been busy cutting more alloy. We've put 2 little side brackets in here, which you can see here and there. We're gonna have the speakers here, switchboard, head unit for the speakers. Also, we've taken off the auxiliary motor mount. Owen's welded her up, sanded her back. You can see she's a little bit warped in the transom just from having that on there, but I don't think that matters, does it?
No, it shouldn't matter too much, and you get a little bit of distortion from the heat.
So we've just been discussing here options for getting all the paint off. Then what else? We're putting in the back deck now.
So we're going to start on the rear deck now. So we've just started to clean up the sides, so we've got a clean surface to weld to. We'll put our main support across about 500 out from the back because we're putting them seats in.
Yep.
Then we'll get all our little sections in there so we can have the drop-in hatch lids. That way you can access both your fuel tanks, bilge pumps, all that sort of stuff in there.
Morning. What day is it? 4 or 5?
4. We started Tuesday.
Day 4. Lot happening today. Interior framework finished. Kinda. Now we have the mega task of cleaning the outside of the boat for repaint. So Brooksy's up here, just grinding away with the wire brush, getting rid of all this old shit. Clean, not clean. Big job. Went and bought a tub of paint stripper. And Owen is just going to town. Look at it. Just eats it all away. Now scrape off.
And that was only a light test coat that we put on, so...
It's really gnarly stuff. For me, I keep saying no, and I don't give a shit what it looks like. It doesn't really bother me, but Mr. Perfection over here, he's like, no, shut up. This is what we've got to do, so. Without him, we'd probably have hay bales under the deck. the cavalry, have we, Jepson?
On my day off, getting paid packets of plastics.
He thought he'd come and steal a free beer, but we haven't even got any. We've got one side. That looks incredible. If you watch the start of the video and what the boat looked like initially, and now look at this. Look at that. She's like brand new again, mate. The other side, we've been at for a little while. Paint stripper, paint scraper, getting the big bits off that we could, as you can see. Another coat of paint stripper, get the rest of the big bits off. Another coat of paint stripper, and now we're just letting it do its thing. And another hot tip, I've never dealt with paint stripper before. Don't do any really physical labor, but paint stripper really burns. If you got it in your eye, blind, 100% eh?
Definitely wouldn't put it in your eye for fun.
No, not for fun, but
Nah.
it'd be quite easy to get it in your eye.
Oh, definitely.
My welding goggles are coming in good use. Good morning. It is the following week. We're still going with the boat. We got a lot going on today. We got a mechanic coming to service the engine, tell me if the engine actually works, if it's worth keeping or not. If it's not, I'm gonna look into getting a bigger 4-stroke. Owen today, very busy. Templating the flooring. He's got to crawl under all the framework, mark it all out, cut it all out, get it all in. What else are we doing?
So we'll be putting in a large order with BLA. BLA is predominantly a company I use all the time for all my marine products. They've come on board with Brooksy's boat, so we're getting everything from the 2 Solix units, Minn Kota electric, the seats, lights, absolutely everything through here will be supplied through BLA, and that'll not only showcase what I do and what I use here, but also what they've got on offer in Brooksy's boats.
As you heard from Owen, very, 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 very nice of the guys over at BLA. They obviously do Humminbird, Minn Kota, have a lot of brands under their banner, and they've said, Brooksy, we're gonna help you out with the boat. We're gonna pimp it out. It's really epic. I want to say a big thank you to those guys. And like Owen said, you get a chance to see the gear that I'm gonna put in this boat is the gear that they sell. So throughout the whole process, we're gonna go through installation, set up, how to get the sounders to what we want, all that kind of stuff. And then eventually further down the track, we're actually gonna use it and go fishing, show you how to use it to the best way that we can, I guess. And hopefully use it to catch fish. Glamorous work this, Owen. Very glamorous.
What do you got me into?
We got Mr. Sean Gilbert from, what's his business name?
Gilbert Marine Services.
Gilbert Marine Services come down. He's gonna give the engine a quick going over. We've just done a compression test and she's all good. What's the next kind of thing that we're gonna run through here?
Next step, basically, we're going to give the power head a service. So
Yep.
clean your fuel filters, throw a new set of plugs in it, we'll throw a new thermostat in it because she's been sitting around for a while.
Yep.
Then we're going to whip off the gearbox, give it a birthday down there, new impeller, new gaskets, new gearbox oil. Then the moment of truth, we'll get her fired up and give her a run.
Too easy, the full works. Keep in mind, this thing hasn't done anything for many years now. So just taking the cowling off and having a look, she looks pretty neat and tidy in here, but I know absolutely sweet call about this kind of stuff. So we got the professional in. Sean's gonna give her a good going over, and if you need your engine serviced, I'll put the link below for his business and you can get in contact, get around him. Local dude, obviously just met him, but yeah, it's always good to support these like one-man band operations, and comes to you, gets it done. Too easy. Tell you what, Owen, she's coming together, mate.
He's getting there.
Alrighty, we got the moment of truth. Nearly. Hey? What do you reckon? Not bad at all. Done well, mate. Probably 5 years without this engine actually running. Third pull. Oh. that's the floor. Look at the dance floor on it.
Go through shortly and do all our final measurements and cuts. I've sort of oversized everything by about 10 mil. That way we couldn't go wrong.
Still carpet to go on, hinges, the handles, many things to do still. We got the carpet out. We're going for the cheaper carpet here, as opposed to the more expensive carpet here, which is just extortionately priced. It is a bit softer, but it's a fishing boat, who cares? So we got our cutout for the floor, cut out the carpet, glue her on. Bob's your uncle.
Bob was my uncle.
I've actually got Uncle Bob as well, dead set. Powerful smell on the glue. Have a bloody go at her, mate. Not bad, we're getting a real look now of what she's gonna be like. We're obviously gonna have seat here, speakers here, very loud. Switch panel here as well?
Yep.
Switch panel here, big sounder. Live well in this one. Oh, nearly snapped it. Storage here, storage. And look at the D floor, mate. Don't know if you can tell, but I'm rather excited.
Bye, Beachy, bye.
Oh yeah. Morning. I've lost count of what day it is because boat building actually takes quite a while, doesn't it?
Takes a lot of time.
We're at the stage now that we're pretty much ready. All we need is like the little accessories, the rod holders, the fuel tanks, the lights, the bilge pumps, the seats, etc, to get the whole thing to come together and be finished. So I'm going through this, which is the BLA catalog, and it is quite extensive, as you can see, very thick. It has everything you could ever want / need for a boat. This is our list of stuff. It's kind of scary how much there is on there, and that's just all the little things. Like, what do we got here? A fuel line, hinges, overflow tubes, circuit breakers, all kinds of stuff. So it's all in here. That list is all done. Now what we've got to do, and this is coming into like the exciting side of things, we're picking sounders, we're picking Minn Kotas, we're picking, what else are we picking? Stereo. You've seen the boat throughout the process. It's an old boat. She's got a few dings in her, but we're gonna make her like a serious fishing force to be reckoned with. Everything that's going in it is top, high-end, extremely good stuff. So she's gonna be pretty wild. So just to give you a little look here, electronics and accessories, page 1, that's where we wanna be. We're going with Humminbird. I've fished in a lot of boats purely because I haven't really had my own boat. So I've been lucky enough to be able to try and use and see what every make and model of sounder on the market does pretty much. And for this type of boat, creek fishing, river fishing, dam fishing, maybe like some offshore stuff, but predominantly we're going to be inshore in the rivers and stuff, you cannot beat a Humminbird sounder. Side scan leaves the rest of the market for dead, in my opinion. The 360 stuff's wild from what I've seen. I've never used it personally. So what we're going for here, depending on what stock is available, because we're kind of pretty short notice here as well, we're going to go with the Solix, which is the top of the line kind of setup, 12-inch, possibly get a second one up the front, which I think's a little bit excessive, but Owen's trying to talk me into it. And yeah, then we've got our Minn Kota. We're going to have the linked system, aren't we?
So with the link models in the Solix and the Helix unit, they got cool features. So you link them to your electric engine, and say you're out fishing and you'd moved 200 meters, you want to change lures, you can actually go to your Solix unit, hit your waypoint, and the electric will drive from the sounders.
That's what we want, Owen.
To your next spot while you rig up a couple of lures.
That's what we want.
That's one cool feature.
That's bloody good. It amazes me that that stuff actually, like, look at it. Does that actually float you? If I laid on that, it wouldn't float me.
Go away. I'm not ready for you yet.
I've been away fishing, Owen's been fishing, but he's come in early today. He's got a lot of work done. Floor, pretty much in. There's even screws in it now.
Yeah, it's all screwed down.
Seats are obviously going there. We've got all the seats in the boxes. You would have remembered the other week I was going through the BLA catalogue. We got pumps, we got bilge pumps, we got a phone charger, scan strut, quick release bracket, speakers from JBL, little head unit from JBL, and one really special thing that we've got that I'm pretty sure no one in Australia has one of these yet. 24 volt, 100 amp hour lithium battery. This thing is going to be incredible. It's going to give us a longer battery life when we're electricing around, and it is super lightweight compared to your normal battery. We're getting the boat wrap, mate. You are the brag mat.
Brag mat bloke.
Oh yeah. Look at that! Not bad. Not bad at all. Last step of the process.
That's it. Stop any water or crap getting underneath the wrap.
Yeah.
Seal it with a bit of a clear acrylic.
Comfy?
Yep.
Very nice, isn't it? Look at that. New seats are semi in, they're not screwed in, but we're just getting a feel. Speakers are in, switch panels in, the scan strut phone charger that I'm very excited about. Pretty exciting. Even just peeling the plastic off the sounder. Brooksy. The last day of the boat build, turning my dad's old shit box that had been rotting in the yard for many years. The day has arrived. We're just doing the final touches. There's a whole fair bit of work still to do, all the wiring stuff. Owen's just getting the live well ready. Couple little fittings there.
Take into the live well.
Yeah.
The other one's your 38mm overflow.
So that's the take in.
Take in and overflow.
And that's a strainer to stop the bad stuff going in.
Just like sucking weed or fishing line and stuff.
And this one's the build. Today we gotta go pick up the rod holders, cup holders, blue lights, fuel tanks. And then it's gonna all come together. What do we got here?
So those ones are the Atwood Premium Nav Light. Full LED, very good waterproof construction. Probably the neatest profile nav lights you can put on your boat. Pretty easy to install, so you've just got the one hole for your wire, 2 screw holes, and then a little screw for the cover plate.
Transducer on.
Hey, what did you do for my electrical tape down? Blue lights going in.
Remember we said she was gonna be pretty pimped out? We just got cup holders in as well, blue light cup holders. Excuse the bit of a mess at the moment because we've obviously got a lot going on, wiring, screwing in everything, but this is my new cup holders. Beers are gonna be in there.
Oh, wiring.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a pain.
The not so glamorous bit of the job.
Especially with how extravagant everything is in this boat for what we got to do. It's just like a maze of wires, and you got to be a contortionist and stretch yourself in weird positions to get stuff in the right place.
But you want your wiring to be right. So
That's
you
right.
need to have someone that can do it properly, like Owen here, puts in the time, even though it is a punish, you want it to be right, you want everything to work, you don't want stuff catching on fire, Trent Jepson, when you do it yourself. Here's a look in under the rear deck. We got our fuel tank either side, 22.7 litres either side, mate. Battery in the middle, that battery is gonna run sounder, stereo, lights, all that kind of stuff. And will double as cranking battery once I get a new engine. So that's all enclosed in there. False floor down the bottom, gonna be all enclosed, very neat. And just like that, 2 weeks, it's taken us on and off. I've been away fishing, Owen's had other stuff to do, but over the course of 2 weeks, in here every day, me not really doing so much, but filming Owen doing everything to this boat that started, as you remember, as an old, basically just a shell full of dirt, full of leaves, all kinds of shit. And now the finished product is bloody ridiculous. Massive thank you to Owen. Obviously I've said it before in the film, but if you want to do this yourself, sure, you can do it in your backyard, and a lot of people do, but if you're like me and you're not so good with this kind of stuff, don't know what you're doing, you want the job done properly, this dinger over here is your man. OMP style. This is his logo. This is his phone number, 0436 313 114. Find him on Facebook, Instagram, get in touch, and you can turn your boat into something like what this thing is, because it's pretty bloody cool. Are you happy with it?
You know, come up well from where we started.
Yeah.
So a couple of little things for you to do when you get home, like probably a little bit of aluminium polish around them top gunnels and around the back where we took the paint back.
Yeah.
But that aside, you know, it's come up good with the wrap and everything that you had done from the bloke at Bragmat guy.
Yeah. Bragmat bloke.
Yeah, and engine service, we've given it a new lease of life with all new aluminium frame, carpet. You've used the best electronics you could between, you know, brands like Atwood, Scanstrut, JBL Audio, Hummingbird, Minn Kota, BLA's new range of lithium batteries, Century battery in the back. So like everything's top notch. There's nothing cheap, haven't cheaped out anywhere. Even the skin fittings are the best skin fittings that you can get. You know, they got that premium finish on the back and that. So no, she's a classy little boat from where she started, and I think you and your dad will enjoy it.
It's gonna be good fun, mate. That's one thing we're still waiting on, we haven't installed yet, is obviously the Minn Kota. There's been a big shortage of Minn Kotas in the whole country, so still waiting. When that arrives, we'll hook her all up, install it, hook her up to the lithium battery, and then she'll be 100% ready to go. But this afternoon, we've got a big race to take care of, and that's the first cab off the rank, is beating Beachy. That's all that matters now.
Yep. Sea Grills put up a challenge, and I reckon Brooksy might have him.
Sea Grills.
Sea Grills.
Thanks for following this journey so far. I can't wait to put it in the water. It's going to be pretty bloody cool. My dad, whose boat this actually is, he bought it in 2007. He's on his way here now. So I have a feeling of what he's going to say. He's probably going to say, what the hell have you done to my boat? But I think he'll be pretty stoked with what it started out with to what it looks like now. So it should be pretty cool. He's been a bit crook for the last year or so. So the whole plan, the whole idea about redoing this boat is to take him on a big trip, catch a bunch of fish and do all that kind of stuff. He's the one that got me into fishing when I was a kid, taught me a lot of stuff about fishing and surfing, all the stuff that I really like doing. So it'd be really cool to do a big trip with him. So yeah, let's see what he reckons. This is me old man Ronnie. I don't think you've ever been filmed before, have you? For a video, have you?
Not really, no.
So Ronnie bought this boat 2007.
Yeah,
Did you use it much?
for 3 years and 4 months, every day
Every day.
on the yacht.
He bought a yacht, he was living on that for a while. He used to tie this thing up to the side of it, use it to run around all over the place, possibly call it 1 or 2 flathead in his time. Is this what you expected it to be like?
No,
Are you a bit pissed off that your console's gone?
no.
We're gonna go fishing, we're gonna go on a big trip. How many barramundi you caught before?
One.
1. Don't fall off.
One barely legal one.
So we're gonna go north, we're gonna try and catch barra, threadies, all that kind of stuff, which is what this boat is gonna be perfect for. Comfy, mate?
I'm impressed.
You are? Next time you see Ronnie, he'll probably be hooked up to a big barra. 1 metre plus only. We put the bung in, didn't we?
I don't know. It's actually a narrow one.
Are you feeling a bit nervous now?
Nah, not really.
I think you are.
Nah, mine's pretty race spec though.
This is Beachy's one. Very heavy, 18 mil ply.
Very fast though.
Thermalite. Mine's way narrower than yours.
Yeah.
Is it gonna start? Took us a little while to get fuel in the line to get this thing started, but she's humming now. Listen to the two-stroke, and we're gonna race. How's your back feeling? Peachy's in a bit of trouble, boys. You're in a bit of trouble, man. Did you see it flapping? Does it need to be dropped down more? I need to move that pin up more, eh? I've never had an engine that isn't electric trim. There's little pins and I'm on the top pin, and that's probably why my nose is up in the air so much. Flapping like a lunatic. But I think I got Beachy for speed here. Are we going around the next marker?
No, we're just going to the Bundle Bridge. Straight line, mate.
To the second marker.
Yeah, right.
Alright. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, Brooksy! Oh no! Oh no! Brooksy! Come on! Come on! Oh! Oh! Beachy! See the flap! Yes! Yes! Woo! 42 kilometers an hour! Well, that's a winner if I've ever seen one. What?
I was flooding at the start. Yeah, but it was flooding. Nah, because I was flooding. But you didn't pull away, I don't think.
Rewind. Didn't pull away.
I was flooding the whole time. I was flooding. I reckon I won't flood this time.
Alrighty, we've changed the pin one position back to see if it'll stop the bouncy boys. But it's looking pretty conclusive now that Brooksy has the faster boat. Have a go at the lights. Oh my god. This thing's sick.
You got blue lights.